Story 26: The Eternal Bond of Brother and Sister. Once upon a time in a quiet village, there lived a brother and sister named Tom and Emily. They were inseparable, always together, and shared a bond that was unbreakable. Tom, the older of the two, was a protective and caring brother, while Emily, the younger sibling, was his closest friend and confidant. Their days were filled with laughter and adventures. They explored the meadows, climbed trees, and played by the sparkling river that flowed through their village. Tom would often carry Emily on his back, making her feel like she could touch the sky. As the years passed, Tom and Emily's bond grew stronger. They shared their dreams, their fears, and their secrets. Tom was always there to offer guidance and support when Emily faced challenges, and she, in turn, provided him with endless love and companionship. One sunny morning, a storm rolled in unexpectedly, bringing with it heavy rains and strong winds. The villagers hurried to secure their homes, but Tom and Emily were caught off guard while playing near the river. The river swelled with rainwater, and before they knew it, Tom and Emily found themselves trapped on a small island in the middle of the rushing water. Fear gripped their hearts as they clung to each other, the relentless current making it impossible to swim to safety. Their cries for help were heard by their fellow villagers, who rushed to their aid. With great effort and teamwork, they managed to form a human chain and reach the stranded siblings. Tom and Emily were rescued, wet and shivering but unharmed. As they embraced each other and felt the warmth of their family and friends' support, Tom and Emily realized the profound depth of their bond. The near tragedy had brought into focus just how much they meant to each other and to the entire village. From that day forward, Tom and Emily's relationship deepened even further. They cherished each moment they spent together, knowing that their bond was a gift to be treasured. They also dedicated themselves to helping others in the village, recognizing the importance of community and the power of love and unity. The story of Tom and Emily's unbreakable bond became a legend in the village, a reminder to all of the strength and beauty that could be found in the love between siblings. It taught the villagers that no matter what challenges life brought their way, as long as they had each other, they could overcome anything. And so, in that peaceful village, the eternal bond of brother and sister became a symbol of love, resilience, and the unbreakable ties that bound their hearts together. The end. Story 27: The Man and the Lion. Once upon a time, in a lush and thriving forest, there lived a proud and mighty lion named Leo. Leo was known far and wide as the king of the jungle. He was strong, fierce, and he ruled over all the other animals with a sense of authority. One day, as Leo was taking a leisurely stroll through his territory, he came across a man who had wandered deep into the forest. The man was trembling with fear, for he knew the reputation of the mighty lion. He had become lost and was desperately trying to find his way back home. Leo, intrigued by the man's presence, approached him with a menacing growl. The man fell to his knees and pleaded, "Oh, great lion, spare my life. I am lost and mean no harm. Please, show me the way out of this forest, and I will forever be in your debt." Leo, who was in a playful mood that day, decided to test the man's humility and courage. He said, "I will spare your life on one condition. You must promise never to tell anyone that you saw the king of the jungle in a playful and harmless mood." The man, relieved that he had a chance to escape, readily agreed to Leo's condition. The lion then led him safely out of the forest, showing him the way back home. As the man returned to his village, he couldn't help but share the incredible encounter he had with the king of the jungle. He told everyone about the day he met Leo, the fierce lion, who had spared his life and guided him home. Word of the man's story spread throughout the village, and soon it reached Leo's ears. The lion, who had expected the man to keep their encounter a secret, felt betrayed and humiliated. He was furious that his image as the mighty and fearsome king had been tarnished. Leo decided to confront the man. He said, "You promised never to tell anyone about our encounter, yet you have shared it with the entire village. You have broken your promise, and for that, there must be consequences." The man, feeling regretful and sorry for his actions, said, "Forgive me, great lion, for my foolishness. I was overcome by excitement and gratitude. I meant no harm." Leo, after seeing the man's genuine remorse, decided to show mercy once again. He said, "Very well, I will spare you once more, but remember the importance of keeping one's word. A promise, once broken, is not easily mended." From that day forward, the man learned the value of keeping his promises and the significance of humility. Leo, the mighty lion, continued to rule over the forest, but he also learned that sometimes it was better to be known for mercy and wisdom than just for power and strength. And so, in the heart of the lush forest, the story of the man and the lion became a parable, teaching all who heard it the importance of keeping one's word and the possibility of finding kindness even in the most unexpected places. The end. Story 28: The Needy King and a Sage. Once upon a time in a grand kingdom, there lived a king named Henry. King Henry was known throughout the land for his riches and opulence, but despite all his wealth, he was deeply unhappy. He couldn't find contentment and was plagued by a constant sense of neediness. One day, as King Henry wandered through his lavish palace, he heard of a wise sage who was said to possess great wisdom and the ability to grant profound insight. Desperate to find a solution to his unhappiness, the king summoned the sage to his court. When the sage arrived, King Henry pleaded, "O wise sage, I am the wealthiest king in the land, yet I am always plagued by a sense of need. Please, tell me how I can find true contentment." The sage looked at the king with compassionate eyes and said, "Your wealth and opulence have blinded you to the true sources of contentment, your majesty. True contentment does not come from accumulating riches but from sharing and giving to those in need." The king was puzzled. "But I have given to my subjects and provided for them," he argued. The sage shook his head and replied, "Giving to your people out of obligation is not the same as giving from the heart. True contentment comes from genuine acts of kindness and selflessness. To find happiness, you must experience the joy of helping others without expecting anything in return." King Henry, though initially resistant, was determined to find the happiness he so desperately sought. He decided to follow the sage's advice and embarked on a journey to connect with his people. He visited the homes of the poor, offered food to the hungry, and comforted the downtrodden. As the king began to give selflessly and experienced the gratitude and happiness of those he helped, he felt a profound change within himself. The constant sense of neediness that had plagued him for so long started to fade, replaced by a sense of fulfillment and contentment. Word of the king's transformation spread throughout the kingdom, and the people were deeply moved by their ruler's newfound kindness and humility. They, in turn, became more compassionate and began to look out for one another, creating a harmonious and caring society. Over time, King Henry realized that true contentment came not from amassing wealth for oneself, but from using one's resources to make the lives of others better. He had learned the wisdom of the sage, and his kingdom flourished, not only in material wealth, but in the richness of love and compassion. And so, in the kingdom of King Henry, the story of the needy king and the sage became a parable, teaching all that true contentment is found in selfless acts of kindness and in the joy of helping others. It reminded everyone that wealth alone could not fill the void in one's heart. It was the act of giving that brought true and lasting happiness. The end.